A salary doesn't reduce risk. It concentrates it. You don't wake up tired because you worked too hard yesterday. You wake up tired because your future already looks like yesterday. Same commute, same meetings, same countdown to Friday. And here's the confusing part. On paper, your life is a success. Good income, stable job, respectable career. So why does it feel like you're running but not going anywhere? That feeling isn't imaginary, it's structural. From childhood, you're taught a simple formula. Get educated, get hired, get promoted, get secure. The salary is framed as protection, a shield against uncertainty. But here's the uncomfortable truth. A salary doesn't eliminate uncertainty, it hides it. When your entire financial life depends on one source, one employer, one schedule, that's not safety, that's fragility disguised as comfort. Meet Alex. Alex earns $90,000 a year. That puts him well above average. Every 2 weeks, money hits his account. 3 days later, rent auto-drafts from his account. Insurance follows. The car payment doesn't ask permission. Not because Alex is reckless, because his life is optimized for monthly extraction. Housing, transportation, insurance, subscriptions, convenience. None of these feel expensive alone. Together, they form a financial cage. By the time Alex thinks about saving, the decision has already been made for him, not consciously, systemically. Here's where most people misunderstand the problem. The system doesn't steal your money violently, it drains it predictably. Your income arrives in chunks, your expenses leave in streams. Psychologically, that matters. You never experience loss, you experience maintenance. You feel okay, not desperate enough to revolt, and not free enough to escape. That middle zone is the trap. Every raise feels like relief, finally breathing room. But watch what happens next. Better apartment, better car, more obligations labeled as rewards. You didn't get richer, you got upgraded responsibilities. Promotions don't increase freedom, they increase the cost of walking away. Your income increased, your dependency increased faster. Now, quitting isn't scary because you love the job, it's scary because your life can't survive without it. That's not ambition, that's leverage, just not in your favor. Here's a paradox most people don't expect. People making $40,000 and people making $400,000 often feel the same financial stress. Why? Because stress isn't caused by income, it's caused by fixed commitments. When most of your future income is already spoken for, you're not earning, you're servicing. Banks, landlords, corporations. You're a high-functioning revenue pipeline. If your income stopped tomorrow, how long before your life collapses? 1 month? 2? If the answer makes you uncomfortable, good. That discomfort is clarity. Because real security isn't how much you make, it's how long you can operate without permission. Freedom doesn't come from quitting your job tomorrow. That's reckless. It comes from reversing the dependency. Most people track income. Free people track runway. Here's the shift. Stop measuring success by income. Start measuring it by runway. Runway is time. Time buys options. Options create power. A smaller lifestyle with surplus beats a massive lifestyle with chains every time. When people hear financial freedom, they think tactics, side hustles, crypto, stocks, businesses. That's backwards. Those are vehicles. What actually matters is the engine underneath. This 4-step system is the engine. Step 1, create a gap between income and expenses. Most people spend first and hope something is left. That guarantees failure. A gap only exists when you decide in advance that part of your income is untouchable. This means designing your lifestyle around saving, not saving whatever survives your lifestyle. This feels uncomfortable because it breaks the social script. If you earn more, you deserve more. If your expenses rise to match your income, the gap collapses to zero no matter how much you earn. No gap means no freedom. Step 2, protect that gap like oxygen. Creating a gap once is easy. Keeping it is hard. Why? Because the world constantly pressures you to spend it. You can afford it now. You've earned this. This will improve your quality of life. Most of these upgrades don't improve freedom, they improve dependency. Protecting the gap means saying no to upgrades that increase fixed monthly costs, avoiding commitments that lock future income, understanding that recurring expenses are the enemy. One-time expenses hurt less than recurring ones. Recurring expenses steal future time. Every new monthly payment is a vote against your own optionality. This is where most people fail, not because they're stupid, but because pressure is subtle and constant. Step 3, convert the gap into assets, not upgrades. Here's the critical distinction most people miss. If the gap goes towards lifestyle improvements, nothing changes. Assets either produce income, preserve capital, or reduce dependency. Upgrades feel good now, but raise the minimum income you need to survive. Assets do the opposite. They lower the income you must earn. That's the whole game. If the gap goes into upgrades, you're running in place. If it goes into assets, you're buying time. And time is the real currency. Step 4, accumulate time. What you are really building is runway, the ability to live without permission. 3 months of expenses reduces panic. 6 months creates confidence. A year creates leverage. At that point, your behavior changes automatically. You tolerate less, negotiate harder, and stop making decisions out of fear. This isn't motivational, it's mechanical. Fear comes from dependency. Remove dependency, fear drops automatically. This part isn't magic, it's biology. When your survival no longer depends on this paycheck, your nervous system relaxes. You stop making short-term decisions. You think strategically instead of reactively. You stop asking, how do I keep this job? And start asking, is this worth my time? That's a complete power reversal. Most people never reach this stage, not because they can't, but because it requires delaying comfort. They confuse looking successful with being free. The system rewards appearances. Freedom requires restraint. A salary isn't the enemy, dependency is. The system doesn't collapse you, it keeps you just comfortable enough to never question it. But once you see the structure, you can't unsee it. Comfort isn't freedom, income isn't wealth, and security that disappears without a paycheck was never security at all. If you want to understand money as a system, not a hustle, subscribe. We don't talk about getting rich fast, we talk about getting free.